Okay, this working's a little bit different. This is it's for a client who basically wants a specific person to go back to jail and stay in jail. So what we've got is a little black poppet that's been baptized in the target's name. So that's been prepared. I have stuffed it full of knotweed, devil's shoestring, and a few bits and pieces. I've got some confusion and poppy seeds in the head, confusion powder and poppy seeds, and all that, because we want this person to be not thinking rationally and to basically do things that's going to put them in jail. So I'm going to put him head first into the little jar. Actually, what I could do before is I could probably bind him. I'll bind him with some yarn. Bind his hands and feet together. So, just one moment. Might be a bit fiddly, so you'll have to give me a second. Okay, so I bind the hands and the feet. So in he goes head first. And I'm going to put in vinegar because we want to sour his life. Okay. And don't fill these up to the top, like I said before, because they have a tendency sometimes to blow, especially when you use the likes of sulfur, which is what I'm going to use in a second. So I'm going to put in some cayenne powder, chili powders, black salt to bring some darkness into his life and darken the situation, if that makes sense. Some sulfur. Let me see. This is jail dirt. So we want that to go in because that's exactly where we want this guy to go. A little bit of lemon juice to sour the situation further. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put in some doom powder. Hot foot powder, because we want rid of him out of the area completely and into jail. Black arts oil. If you don't have all these oils, for instance, you don't have black arts, or you don't have, say, doom powder, doom oil, hot foot. Black arts oil is a really good multi-purpose oil that you can use. So if you don't have any of the rest, black arts oil is quite a good oil to use. So I would recommend that. I'm looking for devil's dung because we need some of it. That's going to make the situation stink, his life stink. And that does stink, believe me. I'm going to add in some alum powder because alum powder, once you get it out, that is, quietens people. It silences them. Again, really good in court work. Some more hot peppers that have been grinded down. I'm going to put a stack of coffee in there again for speed because we want this to happen soon. And some black peppers. This is despair oil. It's made like from a vinegar base. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to add in a lot more knotweed. Knotweed is really good because it stops people in their tracks. So if he's trying to, let's say, get parole or whatever, knotweed is a really good, it's really good for stopping that happening. It will completely stop things in their tracks. Just a few more mixed chilies. These are great for flaring up situations. Okay. I have a petition. I've got a black ribbon, and I'm going to put a magnet to that ribbon because that is what we want. The situation, we want this to happen, so we want to magnetize it to him, be like a magnet. So I'm just going to tie that around like so. Always, again, it's important to see in your mind's eye the end result. Don't worry about how the person is going to end up in jail. Don't worry about how you're going to get there. Just see him behind the bars. That's exactly what you want to happen. This is very fiddly. So visualization is very important. If you're doing these spells, I'm going to have to pause this. You could stick the magnet to the actual doll, but I put the magnet onto the actual petition. Okay. Okay, now where am I? Let me see. Yeah. This is like a serpent oil, snake oil kind of thing. I'll put some in for good measure. And I need some sharp things. Okay, so I have some shards of glass. Okay, I have 9 tacks or drawing pins. They look like that. And I have 9 needles. You could use rusty nails. You could use oh, come on, rusty nails, or you could use, just give me 2 seconds, pins, but I just use what I have to hand, so I use needles. Okay, and I think we're good to go. Pop the lid on this and just shake. I might fill that up with a bit more vinegar, but at the minute it's fine. So what I'm going to do is place a little black candle on top of it. I'm going to light it. The candle's been dressed with the oils that I want. The oils, should I say, a devil's shoestring, black arts oil, a hot foot oil, because that is what we want. We want him out of the picture. Excuse the glare. So I'm using these little chime candles, and I'll use 1 per night. I'll burn it right down on this jar, and I'll shake the jar up prior to lighting the candle, and it will rest with the Holy Death on her table, and I'm pretty sure the Holy Death will, she's good at bringing results like what you've asked for. I'm going to pop this to the side. She works quite quickly, as you all know, I'm sure. And she does not discriminate. She basically, the Holy Death does not judge. So no matter what we ask of her, she comes through. Of course, there's going to be times when she won't come through, but I find, in my personal opinion, she comes through more times than she doesn't come through. I make an offering to her, and then once everything falls to, into place, then I give her another offering. She's such a lovely, lovely saint. I did look at some cards with regards to the guy in question. So the center card is a card of clouds. That is a card of disarray. His head is very, in the clouds, should I say. he is having some turbulence in his life already. So that's a key card here. So, which is good. Then I see the mice and the ring. The ring, uh, the ring is a card. It can be a card of commitment if we're looking at it from a love angle. It also means contracts. It could be business contracts, so anything to do with work, something that's written up. But the mice beside it means that whatever these contracts are, it could be his marriage crumbling, it could be his job crumbling, but there's something at the minute that has definitely crumbled, or something's gnawing away at it, if that makes sense. Over here I have the letter. That's a card of communication. It can also mean a legal document, which is again good. I have the anchor, a card of stability, but there's no stability here. This letter is going to jeopardize any stability. So I'm really hoping that hopefully it might be something from a probation officer or something from the court. This guy seems to be just a walking bag of trouble. And I think that from looking at these cards, I see a lot of discord already. So I do. I see that could be, yeah, that could be a marriage. That could be a relationship. That could be work life that's falling apart via those mice. Mice card again, and that's something that eats away at you, nibbles away, and leaves you basically with nothing. So that's something that's falling apart as we speak, or has fallen apart. And then I see over here this letter, this form of communication that's coming, will be in the way of any stability that he has. And again, it comes back to the card of clouds, of doubts, of self doubt, worry, anxiety. The mind is cloudy. That's the way I would read these cards, and I think that is quite a good start that we've got here. So I really do think this guy is troubled, very much so, and at the end of the day, he's paying for what he did. He's paying for what he did, and that is justice. That's what you call justice, and I have no problem at all working with the Holy Death on anything to do with justice, and she will bless you with your wish. I'm pretty sure she will. Of course, I can't say 100% certain, but yeah, I'm getting a good vibe from this, to be honest with you. Like I've said before, she works in mysterious ways, and she's a fast worker too. She's considered a hot saint, like Saint Expedite. He's another hot saint. He works, as I'm sure a lot of you know, for money very quickly. So yeah, I'll be doing another video on Saint Expedite. I like to show how I make offerings to him when he does come through for me. I think that would be a good video to show. So I'm going to do that next. I'm sure there's people who are interested in that, because I do get a lot of little messages on my Saint Expedite video saying thank you, Saint Expedite. It's just there. I'm saying thank you for coming through, which I think is quite nice. And I never delete those comments because I'm here to make his name known, like I am with regards to all these other spirits. Spirits and gods and goddesses. But for now, for the client in question, I will work on this for the 3 weeks that we talked about, and I'll shake that jar up every day, and it will be placed with La Santissima Muerte on her altar, and it will pick up her energy. And please keep me informed of what's happening on, if you pick up anything with regards to him, if you hear anything about him, do let me know, and we can look at things again. For everyone else, you can reach me at thehouseofmagick@gmail.com, or in the comments section. I'll try my best to get to you all very quickly. Inundated with a lot of messages at the moment, and it's really difficult because I'm so over this internet connection. It is doing my head in at the minute. I had an engineer fix it, and then it worked perfectly, and then everything just is back to square one again. So I have someone coming to look at it yet again. I don't live in a, like a big town. I live in quite a small village, and I guess that's the problem. I don't understand why things were rolling along fine a few years ago, and then it just all flopped again on me. So I guess I'm gonna have to do magic on the internet company. So anyway, what I was going to say, yeah. So if anyone has any suggestions for workings, I'm always open to that idea. So I do have the Synth one. There are a lot of people asking about oils and powders. Yeah, I'll do that in due course, of course. What else? Someone asked about a death spell. Well, yeah, I don't see why not. I did do a death spell a few years back. I shouldn't laugh, but I'm not opposed to that kind of working. Within reason, of course, it has to be justified, as is everything has to be justified. And the spell that I did, even though it is very, very hard to actually cause an actual death, so to speak, but I think you can cause death in illness, etc. There's so many different ways of causing it. That spell was on a pedophile, an abuser. So I just want to make sure that that I don't take these things lightly. I would never do that on just someone who cheated. That's completely not justified. And you have to bring the scales into balance. And if someone cheated and you want to, kill them for it, it's just not right. And I think that's when things start to go wrong. I don't believe in karma, as in like I've said many times, I don't believe in karma as in the I believe in it as the cause and effect. I don't believe in this what goes around comes around shit. I don't believe in that at all. I think karma is very misunderstood. I get a lot of people saying to me, but what about the karma if they do a love spell? So don't worry about karma. If you focus on karma will come to you, I think, because like attracts like in this world. So try, if you want to do a love spell, you are manipulating someone's free will. If you're naming that person, that is black magic, in my opinion. But as for karma, if you believe in karma, then karma will come. But if you don't believe in karma, you're fine. It's as simple as that, really it is. Karma has its origins in ancient India, and there's so much you need to know about karma. It's not just what people say it is. And the threefold law, that's nothing to do with what I practice here. I don't believe in any threefold law. To me, that's a Wiccan thing, and I'm certainly not a Wiccan. Not that I have anything against Wiccans, but it's just not me. So I'm going to wrap this up, send this to the client, and I will be working on this for you. And keep your mind positive, see it all happening, see him behind those bars, and keep in touch with me. It's essential. And I will speak to you all again very soon.